What's up, people? Here, this is Channer here. I just wanted to do a quick breakdown here. DBS episode, what was it, 67? The end of the Black Goku Zamasu saga. Probably one of the best sagas, I have to say, since maybe the Cell saga in terms of all the Dragon Ball sagas and whatnot. Um, it definitely restored my faith in the series. Number one, the soundtrack I thought was amazing. The storyline was pretty, decent, I would say. But I just wanted to break down this one scene at the ending here where Future Trunks and Mai say goodbye to everybody and they leave. It probably provided one of the most emotional scenes, I'd have to say, you'll ever see in the Dragon Ball saga. Next to maybe Piccolo dying to Nappa, or Future Gohan dying and Trunks goes Super Saiyan for the first time. Um, if I'm missing anything, feel free to mention it here. But when Gohan shows up and says goodbye to Future Trunks, and Trunks kind of breaks down and sees his mentor, I thought the way they handled Gohan's character was beautifully done. I know so many people were so critical of Gohan because he's no longer a fighter now. He's all about being a scholar, being a family guy, and fans are they don't like that. How dare this guy here be portrayed as, an average everyday man, a guy that's moved on and is, handling responsibilities and stuff like that. We want the fighter now that's going out there and kicking ass and everything and taking names and shit. I absolutely adored the way that they handled this, and they provided Gohan with probably the best moment, period, because all he had to do was just go up to Trunks and the way he said goodbye. Um, anyway, so Trunks and Mai are up in their ship. They're about to take off, and then Gohan and Piccolo are flying parallel to this ship. Gohan kind of raises his hand in the air, gives him a stern look, and tells him "O Genki Day," or "Be well" in English. And Trunks sees that, or hears that, and then he all of a sudden sees his former sensei, Future Gohan, in a flashback. Kind of breaks down, starts crying, and then all of a sudden he gets kind of motivated, and then he goes ahead and takes off. Now, I think the initial reaction, to the scene was fans were saying, "Oh, look, Gohan's training again. Look at his hair. He was just training. He comes to see he comes to see Trunks and everything like that, and we get to see that he's going to be a badass again." I don't think that was the case. I think in one shape or form, yeah, he probably is training and everything, but I think in reality, what Gohan was trying to do was he was trying to say goodbye to. He basically was saying goodbye to his student because Piccolo, as you saw a few episodes earlier, Trunks had told Krillin and Piccolo that Gohan was his trainer, was his teacher, his sensei, kind of like an older brother figure in the future. He was basically like the person that was responsible for him being alive today. And he told him how he died, and Piccolo went and told Gohan, what happened. Gohan all of a sudden now realizing that Trunks came to visit him earlier, not just to say what's up and everything like that, but it was like a student coming back to visit his former sensei. And now that he knows this information, and he probably regrets how he handled their meeting because he never bothered to ask Trunks, why'd you come back to visit and everything, which I kind of find it kind of perplexing why he wouldn't ask that kind of question to him. But so anyway, so now he regrets having not handled that his initial meeting pretty well. So he makes a beeline and goes all out just so he can say goodbye to Trunks. And I went to another message board, or not a message board, but another video, and I wanted to type in the comment section "O Genki Day," what Gohan said to Trunks. And I wanted to get the spelling right, so I looked up Genki. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but Genki is a term that's used in Japanese. That it's a term that's used between two close male friends that haven't seen each other in a long time. Now I know maybe a minute or a half or so earlier, Trunks kind of uses the same term with Goten. He says Genki Day. He doesn't say "Oh Genki Day." He says Genki Day. And then Gohan goes ahead, gives him the stern look, tells him "Oh Genki Day." And I think the reason he said that the way he did was because it was more like he was saying, "Look, bro, I get it, man. I get why you came to visit. Uh, I understood how you look at me. Like you see me as your former sensei. You're trying to say what's up to like your former master and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to give you the goodbye that I think he would have given you." So that's why he gave him the kind of stern look. He wasn't like all happy and cheery like he was, at his house and everything. Saying, hey, take care, dude. Like, like a general, like he gave him like a serious one. So I think that's why he said that, and I think Trunks understood it. That's why he saw his former master. That's why he had the minor flashback, and that's why he started to break it down. Because I think he finally got a chance to say goodbye to his former master. He got the goodbye that he couldn't get when he was, in the future timeline. When Trunks went off to go, or when Gohan went to go fight the androids. So that's what I think. That's what made it so emotional. And I think it's also, it's a scene that you can probably feel for more, like probably the older that you get. Because I think all, guys out there have like a male role model figure that they can look up to. Somebody that took them under their wing or shoulder or something like that, and looked out for them. Was some kind of mentor figure. It could have been your dad. It could have been, a brother, a best friend, a teacher, or something like that. And, maybe they passed on or something like that. And, you never got a chance to say goodbye. I don't think it's something you can truly appreciate when you're young. Because for the most part, when you're young, that stuff doesn't happen to you. When you're older, though, and people start to pass on in your life and stuff like that, that's something that, you can look at that scene. You can kind of, get a little emotional when you think about something like that. So I think that's why Trunks broke down like he did. I don't know if he would have done that, years before. Maybe he could have. I don't know. I just think, I think that's what made that scene just so emotional. Maybe it was for me, but I think when you're older, you appreciate it. Anyway, that's just my breakdown of it. I'm pretty sure this is a much longer scene, a breakdown, than it probably had to be over a quick 12-second scene, but that's just my thoughts. Anyway, take care.